Hello, it's Semestral Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and if you haven't joined us before, these are live streams. I do live streams. We discuss. Let me check the cameras. We discuss truck topics and do all that kind of stuff. We drink whiskey. Have a good time. So tonight's flavor of the evening is, if you guys can hear me, looks like the mic is working. I can try the other mic, but I have a new web camera hooked up. Hoping for better resolution. Looks 720p though, so maybe I need a new web camera. Anyways, we're debating two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. If you're joining us just for that segment, I should debate on this. Crown Royal is what drinking tonight. Let me do the camera thing here like this. Anyways, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. We'll get right down to it. I've owned four-wheel drives. I've owned two-wheel drives. Swede, my 62 Chevy C10, is a two-wheel drive pickup. I put snow tires on him and sandbags in the wintertime, and he does all right. It's not great. He does all right. I have no power steering, no power brakes. So it's the most pure two-wheel drive experience you've ever had. And yeah, it's arm day when I drive him. I'm looking at the screen. It looks like it's picking up all right. And yeah, so two-wheel drive is fine. I will say this, that 78% of the market is in four-wheel drives. Better resale value. You just never know when you need it. And a lot of dealers are selling four-wheel drive pickups these days. So, yeah, three things. Three things like usual. So it's hard to find two-wheel drives, I think. Maybe they're out there. Maybe you guys are driving them like all over the place. But, you know, four-wheel drive, yes, it's for the snow. Yes, it makes a difference to me in snow. Will a two-wheel drive with sandbags and snow tires go over snow just while it's four-wheel drive? Sure. I mean, it'll get out of the same situation just as fine. But it's just more inconvenient than hitting the four-wheel drive or turning a switch or turning a four-wheel drive. So that's the situation. So I would say four-wheel drive, from my aspect, is better overall, long-term. But let me know what you guys think. This is from a comment that was placed on the page about two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. The guy wanted to know some questions. Because he did make a good point. He said, you know, if you look at fuel economy that manufacturers put out, two-wheel drive is always fuel economy machine, right? So anytime they say best-in-class fuel economy, best-in-class, you know, well, I guess anytime I say that word, not twice, best-in-class fuel economy, they're talking two-wheel drive pickups. And so it's like, if they're advertising 30 mile per gallon with two-wheel drive pickup, why wouldn't you buy it? But we typically don't. We typically buy a four-wheel drive. So sound up below. I'm going to get to your comments here in a second. I'm going to pour a drink, and then we'll talk about them. Because it's my channel, and I'll do what I want. Okay, so let's go over here. Juan is here first. Hey, Doug. Hey, Juan. If you ever buy a truck, you need to have like two of these by now. Full drive for me, this real truck for me. It was an ongoing debate, and there is some debate. You can get away with a two-wheel drive pickup. You can put snow tires on it, and you can do sandbags. I put 40-pound bags. I think I had 40-pound bags in back to Sweden this year, so we had 80-pound bags. I'm going to drink it best we can there, Juan. We're a little short on the whiskey supply tonight. I have that Johnny Walker Red Label, and that stuff's terrible. All right, so you can get away with two-wheel drive. I've done it. You can do snow tires. You can do regular tires with chains. You can do that as well. It's a convenience factor, folks, on doing that. And also, it's about the issues with resale. Resale value is always higher in four-wheel drive, because it's just, you know, more of the marketplace for that. And again, I had a Chevy guy tell me, a marketing guy, told me 78% of the market is four-wheel drive pickups. So it's kind of good luck finding them. That's kind of mean. Doug says four-wheel drive only. Well, Doug lives in Nebraska, so obviously. Cheers, Doug. All right. I'll never buy a two-wheel drive. My dad was trying to pull out our boat out of the water in his 1996 Bronco, and he snapped the drive shaft. He forgot to take off the e-brake. He managed to pull it out with the front wheels. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Oh, funny thing was, I was in the, if you guys saw the video on Saturday, I did the drag race in Lyman, and I was in the scissor lift when the guy snapped his rear axle, and the rear tire with the rear axle shaft went flying down the drag strip. Camera wasn't running. It was the testing. They were testing the track. that kind of stuff was going on, and unfortunately, I didn't have the camera going, or I wish I would have. So, I wish I would have. Okay, so what else news? I put up on the channel. I'm going to do 3/4 ton gas and diesel tomorrow. I have been working my butt off, and regardless of what you guys say, my gut, well, it looks bigger on camera. Let's just go with that. I'm working my butt off, and I did not get a chance to get the videos done today, but I will have them tomorrow. I will get those out. It'll be a little slow getting them out. My friend Jeff Zerschmied, Zerschmied? I can't say his name right. I have trouble with that one. Him and I were in the truck together. I think you guys are going to find it really entertaining because we had different viewpoints on the interior and the exterior styling. And it was kind of fun to play back and forth on these and have different discussions. He does a lot of hauling with his race cars, and I do a lot of hauling or towing with various things I have around the farm and different things like that. And so we have different needs when it comes to heavy-duty trucks. And so it was a very interesting conversation we had, and I think you guys are going to enjoy that. So that was from Oregon last week. Sorry, there's a guy on this channel who was talking about how I say Nissan. And Nissan, I think is what his point was. And made me question how I'm saying everything. But, yeah, he was from over the pond, so, it's whatever. So those videos will be out tomorrow. There was a discussion about the 1 ton. So the 1 ton did tow an anvil. My wife and I missed our plane flight out of Scottsbluff to Denver because of maintenance. They delayed it for like 5 hours, and so we missed that towing experience that they had. But from what I can tell from the videos is that it basically towed the anvil on an airport drag strip for like 1/4 mile, half mile, something like that. So, lame. So I will not do a 1 ton driving experience from that. And I think that's okay, because I think that a 1 ton driving experience should definitely be longer than that. But the 3/4 tons were, beep, yeah, that's edited. Sorry, embargo till tomorrow. I'm not saying a word. Gone. And so I'm not going to say anything about that. But they were fun to drive, and I think that the styling question is going to be a big question for these. And I know some guys are not going to. I mean, again, watch the video tomorrow. I'm just going to stop talking about it. Jeff and I had some interesting conversations about styling and design and whether or not it's going to impact customers or not. I think it's really good. So, yeah. All right. So, what's your opinion on lifting trucks for work or for show? I think lifting trucks are great when you're 20 to 30 years old. I think when you get about 40 to 50, last thing you want to do is climb up to a truck. That's my opinion. I did have the Silverado Trail Boss, which you discussed at one of the dinners I had with Chevy in Oregon, which was hilarious. We had a great dinner, so I had a great time with them. My wife was there, and she had a great time as well. My wife, who says 2 words in a video, by the way, if you guys noticed that. Anyways, we had a great time at dinner, and I will tell you that the lifted trucks was great, except when I tried to use them hauling deer in the bed, and that was a problem. I had to park on the slope of a hill so I could get the bed underneath of it and pull the deer into it, because that was tough. So lifted trucks are great, except to me when you go to use them, towing and hauling and stuff, and when you get over 40, because it's tough to hop in the bed and hop in the truck and all that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the deal. Sorry, I'm gonna enjoy this whiskey. I've been, like I said, yesterday I fixed a hole in the ceiling or the wall we had from a flood last year. Put up all the drywall, did all kind of finishing work. I did electrical in the bedroom, got that all done. Even the light in the closet, I was happy with myself over that. Today I spent 6.5 hours outside mowing grass, painting trim work, fixing the sprinkler system. So I'm tired, really tired. I can't wait to get on a plane Wednesday morning and fly and take a couple days off. But I'm trying to get everything done so I can enjoy the rest of summer. I can fish, I can golf, I can hunt this fall. I got my Wyoming. Did I get? No, I did not get my Wyoming deer tag. Didn't draw my Wyoming deer tag, so I'm gonna have to hunt in Nebraska this year, which is all right. I got a freezer full of meats anyway, so it's what it is. I'm gonna give a question, John. Wow, my kid's screaming. John wants to know: is the FCA merger dead? I don't think so. I don't think it is. I honestly don't think it is, and I think it's because there's it blew up, right? And it sounded like it was dead. And then I think Nissan, I'm trying, guys. Over the pond guys give me crap. I'm trying. Nissan, or Nissan as I call it here in the United States, As the guy said, Yankee can't say Nissan. So what do you guys say? Is it Nissan or Nissan? Hey, let me know below. Anyways, I believe that Nissan will pull out of the merger eventually with Renault, whether France likes it or not. I think Japan government's getting involved as well. I think if that thing blows up, FCA is going to come right in and swoop up Renault, because I think Renault is a great partner with FCA. So I would not count that out. These mergers take a long time to get straightened out, and I would anticipate there's some more drama going on, and I would say more things are going to happen. I will talk about this. There was a comment on the channel about the Ford and GM merger, and a Yahoo guy, literally a Yahoo guy, the guy wrote it for Yahoo.com. He had this story about them being merged. And it was such a BS story. Somebody asked about that, and I just thought that was just dumb. So yeah, so no, I don't think Ford and GM are going to merge. I think it makes no sense. I think when you look for emerging partners, you need to find people that you do something well with and something you don't with. So like for me, for example, I do trucks and SUVs, right? So if I merge with somebody, I'd merge with a car outlet, right? I wouldn't merge with like TFL that does TFL truck that does trucks and SUVs. That makes no sense. So if you're Ford and GM, why would Ford merge with GM when they're both competing to sell lots of trucks? That doesn't make sense to me. So I think that is my I don't know kind of thing. All right, just got here. Sunburned. Yes, I am. I was in the scissor lift for like 8 hours on Saturday. Sunday it rained all day. I was down in the basement working all day, and then today I was outside for 6.5 hours mowing grass and painting and sprinkler system. So I am toast, and I'm getting toastier. About to drink. All right. How long do you need to stay in Alaska to see everything by RVing? A month? Ooh. I think more than that. Alaska's huge. Have you ever seen those things where they do Alaska in the United States? I think it's bigger than Texas, right? Is that the deal? Yeah. Well, I tell you do everything. Yeah. I do everything, but I don't do everything well. My basement is homeowner good. So that's about the best quality it comes out to be. Is this your only job? No, it's actually not. I own a creative services business. TE Creative Services. If you looked it up, it's Tim Estrell Creative Services. It's again, I'm fancy with these things. And I'm a director of communications for a nonprofit in Denver. We are a food bank. And I help oversee some websites for a mental health organization and a patient safety organization. I'm kind of hoping that I'm hoping YouTube grows to the fact that this would be my only job. YouTube, and I do my website too, pickuptrucktalk.com. But plug there, plug. But it's going to take a long time to get there, and I still freelance. So I had a story for Motor One go live today on the Chevy Silverado 3-liter diesel, and the heavy duties are sitting in their inbox, so they will do that. So I do some freelance time with those guys. Actually, it was interesting. I wrote 3,000 words on Thursday. I think it was Thursday, yeah. I was at a wedding on Friday all day. But 3,000 words. And I don't recall writing 3,000 words for like the past 3 or 4 months because I've been doing so much YouTube stuff. So it was interesting. It took me a lot longer than it used to. But I took my time because I have less freelance outlets now. So what's happening is as YouTube revenue has grown, thank you guys, as it's grown, I'm doing less freelance because why sell my stuff when I could just put my stuff on here? And eventually I'll stop doing. Eventually I'll close my creative services business and just do this. This is more fun. This is more me. This is more what I want to do. So yeah, that's the story on that. So yeah, I don't. And if I did this full time, just YouTube myself, I would. No, I'm kidding. I'm telling you guys, I am fried, and I'm sorry. I got burnt on Saturday. No sunscreen. Up in that scissor lift, and I forgot my sunscreen, and I just got fried. And today I was outside all day, so I really want to enjoy my summer. So I made this long to-do list of everything you need to get done in the house, and I've been like going from sun up to sundown, basically, from as long as I can stand. My back eventually just says you're done. My feet say they're done. So I've been trying to get a bunch of stuff done. So I'm really trying to enjoy summer. So I want to go fishing this year. I want to take my kayak out. I want to take Sweet out and go fishing. I want to go golfing a lot more. And I know I golf a lot. But anyway, I want to golf more. And my goal is a low single-digit handicap. I can get there if I have time. And what else do I want to do? I want to do some camping this year. We're talking about going to. I'm going to go to Omaha in a couple weeks with a sedan. I know, taking a sedan to Omaha, Lexus ES 350 Ultimate Premier package, something like that. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I will. I will take that to Omaha. If you guys have not seen Omaha, like Peyton Manning used to say when he was at Broncos. I will do some video, I will do some vlogging from Omaha. Vlog, it's a thing, and talk to you about the city there. It's a really cool city. It's something we talk about quite a bit. I like to go, so I will do that, and then we have camping in September at Lake McConaughey. So I want to do some more camping. I want to do some more stuff. I just get the house ready. I'm trying to get the house done, and had some setbacks this year with son in the hospital and mother-in-law dying, and so we had some things slowed us down. But I'm trying to get back at that. So yes, I am tan. I'm burned. I'm fried. I'm literally cutting. I'm giving all she's got. All right. So yeah, that's as busy as I am. So I have some really screwed up days. I will do a video for you guys. I will do a website update for my nonprofit client. I will send a press release out. I will read press releases. I will write a story. It's all over the place, and I have some interesting stories coming up. A guy broke the frame in a Chevy Silverado, Chevy Colorado ZR2. Kind of some questions about warranty was denied. I have the Titan review coming out. I got the Sienna review getting out. I have this Toyota Sienna I need to get done like ASAP. The guys are bugging me about that. I'm going to get that out. You may see this Toyota Sienna review come out in the middle of nowhere like a Wednesday afternoon, like 2 o'clock. Don't ignore it, but it's kind of like I'm just trying to get the click out, the link. I just need to get that done. And I'm going to FCA's What's New event, and I will be doing burnouts in a Jeep Gladiator with either the Demon engine, the Hellcat engine, or the Elephant engine this Friday. This Friday on June 28th, yes, at about 9 a.m. I'm going to stop by America's Most Wanted 4x4 in Holly, Michigan with my dad. And him and I are going to tour that and probably do some burnouts in a Jeep Gladiator with that big powertrain in it. Yeah. So that's going to be a really cool video. So I'm excited to see what that video turns out to be. Uh-huh. All right. Adolfo. Wow, that is a cool name, Adolfo. I'm guessing you're over the pond as well. Adolfo, where are you from? I haven't heard it. I can't even, I'm not gonna butcher your last name, but yes, about the merging. So I'm looking. So if you guys, the camera's like here. Look down at the comments here about the merging politics you speak before. Nissan Renault makes sense because Nissan makes big vehicles such as Titan, Pathfinder, and Frontier, and Renault doesn't. But Fiat, Chrysler, Renault, Nissan. You're right, Adolfo. I think that Fiat, Chrysler, Renault makes sense minus Nissan. Nissan comes out of that arrangement. I don't believe Fiat, Chrysler, Renault, and Nissan together, basically the two of them, but three of them if you do Fiat, Chrysler. If you do the three of them together, I don't think it makes any sense. I think that it needs to be just two partners there. Too many partners is a bad deal. That's what I think. Hey Mike, how you doing, buddy? We're talking about I'm sunburnt because I've been in the sun like crazy, getting video for you guys of the drag race, working on the yard look quite a bit. I'm doing FCA's What's New event, which is all 2020 Fiat Chrysler products, so it'll be Ram and Jeep products. And I'm doing a drive on Friday in America's Most Wanted 4x4 in Holly, Michigan. We're taking the Jeep Gladiator with either the Demon, the Elephant, or the what did I say it was? Hellcat engine in it. We're doing some burnouts on that, and I am tired. I'm working my butt off. And I know, according to your comments, my butt is 3 miles wide, but I'm working it off. And I've been trying to keep busy. So, yeah. Of the big three, which 3.0-liter diesel would you buy? John asked. Well, I think that you have to have a time out there. So, Ram is doing their EcoDiesel drive in August. Oh, if you guys don't know this stuff, this is the stuff that you learn from my channel, behind the scenes. August is the Ram EcoDiesel drive, and I will be there to do that one. Thank you, Nick Kappa from Ram. Reached out to me and made that happen, so bravo to you. And I will definitely be at the GMC Sierra drive. That's going to happen in August as well. So I would say let me wait till I get that drive before I answer that question. I got to tell you what, that Silverado was with the 3-liter diesel was awesome. It was awesome. And there's been a lot of conversations about this inline six and how it's inherently balanced and it's a better way to go. And Motor One's editor staff actually put that into my story. I didn't actually put that in because I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I understand where they're coming from, and I understand inherently it's better, and yada 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 yada. But I think I need to drive them back to back to back to really see if it's inherently more balanced. Because my thinking is this. Follow with me in this a little bit. Follow with me a little bit. Is if the inline six inline was so much better than the V6 options and so much better inherently balanced, then why wouldn't all the big three do it? Why is it just two? Well, why is it just one of the big three? Why is GM the only guys doing it, and Ford and Ram, I need to drink more. Ford and Ram are not doing it. That's the question to me. If it's that much better, and so I don't know. I want to see more. I want more. I want to drive back to back to back. I want to experience them. We're talking about this with the Texas Rodeo coming up this fall. I'm driving back to back to back with towing exercises. I said we need to do a light duty half-ton challenge with diesel challenge. Give me all 3 trucks. Let's do back to back to back, and let me see what the differences is, because it's interesting. There's a lot of conversation about that, and I understand Johnny 5 maybe on here. He's a big inline fan, and it's interesting. It's an interesting debate right now. And like I said, if it's that much better, why isn't everybody doing that? That'd be my question. Hey, can you guys sound off for a minute when you get a chance? I have a new Logitech camera going on. Let me know if you see any differences. I think it's still too poor quality. I'm working on this webcam situation. I'm going to go ahead and buy some new equipment, and that'll be one of them. So I'm working on a webcam. I want to shoot in 1080 at least. I may be talking about 4K. I don't know if you can stream 4K and how well that works, but I'm working on that. Video quality is something I've been focused on. Alright, so I like the Chevy HD with all the chrome package, like dually. I really wanted to drive the dually, and I want to drive the work truck dually with white, with the, it's awesome. I was talking to Chevy's team there, and if Jeff's on, Jeff, give me a thumbs up. Jeff was having drinks with us. Jeff's an engineer with Chevy. He was a really cool guy. We had a good time. Anyways, I thought it was interesting. So we were talking about that, and they were talking about the custom work truck that Chevy could not keep those in stock. They were selling the crap out of those. The custom Trail Boss work truck. And I told Sandor, who's the head of marketing, Sandor, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not work on last names, but Sandor, and I talked to him about that, and he's like, we cannot keep those in stock. That custom Trail Boss work truck, and I'm like, I would buy that all day long. 30, 40,000 like that, and you get all the off-road gear that you get from the Trail Boss, and you get rubber floor mats, you get the bench seat interior. Sign me up. That thing's badass. I'd lift that. I'd actually lift that. I would. So go with the question. I'd lift that, and I would put some big tires on it, and I'd have a blast. Something I would buy. And I've always said this for a while, and I guess I'll say this again, is that if this channel gets big enough, the next step is buying trucks. I'm going to start buying trucks. I'm going to, lease them. I'll lease trucks, spend about 6 months in them, drive like hell, do a bunch of videos, and sell them. That'll be the plan. That's my plan, because I love trucks. And why wait for press loans that they give me to my house? That's how press loans work. Why wait for press loans when I just buy the damn thing? Right? That's what I want to do. I want to go to Kalispell, Montana. I've been talking to the Western Regional PR rep. Been really trying hard with this guy, Shad. If you know Shad, really trying hard with this guy. Shad's watching this. Trust me, sometime. He never watches my stuff. But anyways, been trying hard with Shad. I want to take a fifth-wheel camper to Kalispell during the winter pond hockey tournament. Yes, the town of Kalispell has Flathead Lake up there, and they actually cleared off, and in January, they do a pond hockey tournament on the ice. Come on! Glacier National Park right there, Flathead Lake, Kalispell, Montana. Badass, right? I know you're saying that badass in your head. Give me a camper. Let's go up there. I'll do the mile per gallon. I'll do towing. I'll do that kind of stuff. Winter camping, you don't see that very often. I think it's got a heater in it. I don't know. I'm fine with a heater. Be cold. That's fine. Whiskey warms you up. I know this. All right. So, yeah. Desi says that the straight six is better than why isn't it the big brother like that the Cummins is? Ooh. Yeah, you're right, Desi, because the 5-liter V8 in the Nissan Titan XD is a V engine, not an inline 6. That's my question. That is my question. Let's see. Frank Jackson. Hey, Frank. Frank says, I like your drive the new Chevy 3.0 diesel. Thanks, Frank. I tend to do things a little differently around here, a little bit. I'm more practical, as my wife's friend said. I'm telling you, I'm exhausted. I'm more practical about those things than other outlets are. And the only thing I would change in the HD Chevy is redoing the mirrors. Yeah, I have some comments about the mirrors. And they'll be for tomorrow. Yes, it's a plug for tomorrow's video. I'm sorry, Frank, but watch tomorrow's video. I have some thoughts on those mirrors. And, yeah, Chevy's got me like, I'm doing the beard thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's such an interesting debate. Chevy is all right, I'm going to say this right now on live stream. You guys are watching. Hey, from Chile. Adolfio's from Chile. Awesome, buddy. I want to go to South America. I want to go to South America, Australia, and Germany. Those are my 3 places I want to go to. All right, so I will say this. Chevy heavy duties. I drove 3/4 ton a lot, and because couldn't drive the 1 ton for whatever damn reason. But anyways, 3/4 ton I drove a lot. And they ask a very interesting question to you as the consumer. They ask you, are you willing to give up style for capability? Are you willing to give up function over form? It's a very interesting debate. And I do not know where I stand on that debate. It is a very interesting question because talking to Hugh, who runs marketing, Sandor doesn't run marketing. Whatever. The big guys at Chevrolet. Anyways, talking to Hugh, and Hugh and I have had a really great history. I love talking to Hugh. And Hugh and I are talking, and I told him, I said, you guys, capability and towing confidence, right there. Tech, right there. Style is polarizing. He was like, no, it's not polarizing. I said, no, it is. I post a single photo of that Chevy Heavy Duty from that event, and the first comments I get are hate comments. The first comments, hate comments. It's polarizing. I'm sorry, folks. It is polarizing. You look at that front of that truck. You look at the mirrors. You look at the badge. Look at the interior. It's polarizing. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because here's the thing. With design, you really want to be polarizing. Because in 3 years, it'll look lame. It does. It's crazy how design works. Nissan Titan, when it first came out, was great. And here we are 5 years later, just 5 years later, and it looks outdated. It looked outdated a year after I drove it. To me, a 2015 Nissan Titan versus 2014 looked outdated. So design-wise, you want to be really polarizing. You want to be polarizing. But is it too polarizing? Because that's a problem you have as well. And where's the line at? So it's a very interesting question. I don't know. It's interesting. Style versus capability. Form over function. I heard, or function over form. Either way. I heard that many times in a drive. Had a great time with Chevy team. We shared many stories, many drinks, and had a great time. But it's a very interesting question they brought up was that, like for example, I'll give you this nugget. I'll give you these questions here in a minute. I will give you this nugget. The front grille of the Chevy Heavy Duties was expanded. Not for styling wise. No. It was expanded to increase the airflow into the engine bay so that the massive 28-inch fan, and I know the size of the fan because they beat it in my damn head, 28 inches is this damn fan's diameter, can cool down the engine, which forced the headlights out further. That's why that happened. That's why that front grille is the way it is. But is that important to you? is going up Davis Dam, is going up Eisenhower Dam, is going up without throttling back, keep the foot down, going up over the dam, is that more important to you than the style? It's a very interesting debate, and it's got me going like this. It does. It's a very interesting debate, and they laid the question out at the drive in Oregon. They laid it out, and they did. To me, the presentation laid out the behind the scenes conversation I have with their engineers, who are great guys. I would go hunting with any time I could, and had a great time with those guys. And anyways, they laid it out for me behind the scenes, and I thought it was really interesting. It was a really interesting debate. All right, the Car Enthusiast publications will try to find something performance worthy with every single vehicle. Yeah, I know, it sucks. But you get tired of that too. They all tow 35,000 pounds, and it's like, that Ford's sitting there going to go, Ford this fall is going to go, we tow 35,501 pounds. Best in class, best in class. I don't think consumers really care about that stuff. I don't care about that stuff either. To me, it's, will it tow the load I need to tow? Good enough. Done. The half tons, joke. God damn it. Joke. I'm going to joke. Half tons need a diesel more similar to what's in the Titan XD. So you think that half tons need a bigger diesel? Americans think more about towing and power with diesel trucks, not mile per gallon. So that's very true in the heavy duties. Although TfL has made their money by doing heavy duty towing up Eisenhower Pass and giving real world fuel economy numbers. As much as love them, hate them, whatever people think about those guys. And as much as they do half tons, they do mid-size, they do sort of crazy stuff. To me, the bread and butter is heavy duties over Eisenhower with real numbers. And the reason for that is the fuel economy numbers for heavy duties are not published. In my opinion, you go to fuelly.com to get the best sample because, what happens in Eisenhower doesn't happen in Iowa. It doesn't happen in Florida. It's different. But it's a very interesting thing they do, and they've done a great job on that. They've executed it well. They built a business around that. So I think that there's a thing about mile per gallon that makes a difference for heavy duties because you are towing a considerable amount of distance. That's the thing about heavy duties. So we have Cheyenne Frontier Days once a year in Cheyenne. I'm putting that way because it literally shines that way by about an hour and a half. And people tow from Texas, from Arizona, California, from the Northeast, their horses and stuff, the Cheyenne Frontier Days. It's a country music festival. They do a bunch of rodeo riding and stuff like that. It's a big festival. And they care about fuel economy. They do. But and I want to say this very carefully. Heavy-duty customers care about fuel economy, but it's not the priority, and they're not like Prius fuel economy. If you tell a heavy-duty customer they can tow from Texas to Cheyenne, and they get 22 miles per gallon highway, right? And with their horses in the back. Hot shit. Done. Awesome. Fantastic. They don't have to be, I'm going to get 30 miles per gallon like the diesel says I'm going to get with the half ton. No. These guys are they're tired of getting 8 miles a gallon. They're tired of getting 2 miles a gallon. They're tired of hitting that stuff. They want to get fuel economy that's better, and they want to be able to tow up there without stopping the gas pump. The joke is that heavy-duty trucks pass everything except for the gas station. Well, there's some truth to that because automakers haven't focused on fuel economy being the best. I'm waiting for a automaker like Chevy or Ford or whatever to really tout fuel economy in heavy-duty trucks. Now, that would be something. That would be exceptional to see that happen. And that would be something that could really play up well in advertising. So, yeah, I would say that there is some truth to what you're saying. There's definitely some truth to what you're saying. But mile per gallon plays a role, and I think that the Nissan Titan XD has got a bad rap for fuel economy, and I think that actually hurts it. Because that 5-liter V8 Cummins is a thirsty engine. Do you think the 6.6 heavy-duty gas engine is going to be reliable? It's only direct injection. So there was a video I put out with Mike Kosiba talking about the Chevy engines, and it's on this channel. It's like the fourth video I put out, whatever. And Mike and I were discussing this quite a bit because he got hot about direct injection. He got pissed, I think would be the word. He wasn't mad at me, but he was mad at the forums he'd been reading and stuff like that. So he was really happy with me when I last question in an interview, something like that. I basically opened the door to have him talk about this stuff because he was really hot about that. And I will say this: I'm very happy I started this channel because there's been a couple situations come up that I didn't realize were such hot topic items. I've been a journalist now for 8-9 years, something like that, and I completely missed these issues you guys were having, and I'm so happy I started this channel to have these issues. So, direct injection was one of those questions that come up, and timing belt versus timing chain. Now, Mike unfortunately said something wrong in his video that I did with him, that he got mixed up. The 3-liter diesel in the Silverado has a timing chain, and the 6.6 liter V8 in the Duramax diesel has a timing belt. As far as I can tell, I've done some research back and forth, and that's the best I can tell. And so there's a mix up there. So I actually edited the video today because I got some clarification from Chevy's PR team, and deleted that little segment we talked about. So that's gone, but I think that's okay. I think the video still holds true, discussing chain versus belt. So those were issues that came up that I think were that big of it. I didn't realize you guys had a bunch of problem with it. Direct injection, it's interesting from a journalist standpoint. We always want the latest, greatest, best thing. I mean, we always see new things as new shiny objects, right? And so you see direct injection, you think, wow, it's much better. Yeah, it's going to be better, direct injection. Not always the case. And so as Mike and I were talking off the camera, and because this happens quite a bit at the events, once you get an engineer kind of talking, you share some common bonds, and you know that he's not a dick, and you're not a dick. You kind of have these conversations. Now, that was interesting. We're discussing the new 7.3-liter V8 Godzilla from Ford. And I think if you go back, and I'm going to do this, look at that, what it has features-wise versus 6.0. It's basically probably the same features, and same setup. The biggest difference between the 7.3-liter V8 Godzilla from Ford versus 6.6-liter gas from Chevy is going to be direct injection. He was saying in the news that we've seen so far, and I have not verified this, and you guys will let comments below, is that the new 7.3-liter V8 is not direct injected. That's interesting, right? So why would you build a new engine that doesn't have the newest, coolest stuff, right? Because from a journalist standpoint, we're like, we want the shiny, give me the shiny object. I'm going to stare at the shiny object all the time. But it kind of reinforces this direct injection discussion. And, well, argument, really what it is. So Chevy's making the case that 6.6-liter V8 is going to be better because it's direct injected. And Ford's saying, no, you don't need that. You don't need that direct injection. We'll just make a bigger liter. So one of the things we were talking about was that direct injection makes up about 3/4 of a liter of the engine. And so the 6.6 and 7.3 are actually about the same displacement liters-wise if you take away the direct injection of the Chevy heavy duty, the Chevy's gas engine. Very interesting conversation, guys. I was very interested in what he had to say, and I didn't quote him. I didn't talk about it. I just thought that was very interesting. I'm waiting to talk to Ford this fall about their engine and get their viewpoint. I need to verify that the new Godzilla is not direct injection. I haven't done the verification there yet, but I think it's a very interesting debate, very interesting question. So, and like I said, I did not realize direct injection was an issue with you guys, and I'm happy you guys have brought it up to me because it makes my job better. It makes me a better journalist with these questions that come up, and so I will be discussing this. And one of my hopes is that I have some friends who don't work for the big three that are engineers. And next time I get a chance, I'm going to sit down with them behind the scenes and I'll ask these questions as a third party. They're a little more open to talking about it if it's not their product. If it's their product, then you got to be careful. I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I want to get their viewpoint because one of the things I love about my job is I get to hang out with engineers all day long. And when I go to the events. And so, like, I can go to RAM this Thursday, and I can grab on the RAM engine engineers and say, hey, talking about direct injection, what are you guys' thoughts? What do you guys do? I was mystified by this. And so what do they do with direct injection? And how does that compare to the competitors? And what do they think? And because I will tell you this, Chevy's going to tell me one thing, Ford's going to tell me another. That's their job. That's what they should be doing. But if I can get Rand to talk off camera, they won't talk on the camera, but I can talk off camera about those, I gain really good insights. It's really incredible stuff. It's the stuff that you guys are like, oh my god, I wish I knew that. And I'm giving it to you on live streams and videos and things videos I'm doing, and so it's really good stuff. And so I'm really excited to go to these other events because, like I said, these engineers and automakers want to talk, and they want to talk about the competition. I will tell you this, Chevy is feisty. I've been covering Chevy now for 5 years because I was a Toyota guy for a long time. That's how people saw me. But anyways, covering Chevy for about 5 years. This is the most feisty I've seen Chevy. They're battling, buddy. They are battling. They think it's bull that Ram is number 2. They are mad, and they are feisty, and they're pissed at everybody. I hear the Colorado is kicking Tacoma's butt in California. I hear that heavy duty is going to kick butt when they come out. I hear I need some hiccups in the drink. They are feisty. They are feisty. It's fun. Okay, I had stopped the comments here. Juan had said, I wish Ford would update the interior with a big screen more premium like they did in 2015. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. All right, so updates for Super Duty. Yeah, I think the Super Duty needs updated. It's coming out this fall. God, another one? Oh, all right, bless me. All right, so Super Duty this fall. I worry though that the Bronco is getting lost in the mix of the Super Duty coming out. So I'm worried about that. I am debating about going to LA this year, guys. LA is. I'm not an LA guy. But a lot of news coming out of LA. We're going to see a new Nissan Titan LA. I'm thinking there'll be a new midsize pickup in LA. Something's going to be there. I don't know. Colorado's getting old in tooth, right? It's new too. Yeah. Elliot says, not Elliot, and I really appreciate Elliot on this channel. He's definitely got me on making sure I have my T's crossed, I's dotted. He's got me on that one. Elliot says, not that polarizing. Any new vehicles pictured get released. Everyone hates it. It's a pet peeve of mine in auto. I'm not in the drink. Auto industry. Yeah, I agree. It's people get fired up about design these days. Yeah, he's saying it'll take a while to get sites to remote only, like display a plane. Oh, that's for the Alaska four-wheel drive. Duh. Keenan is here. But two-wheel drive ranges are awesome. However you want to go to Denali and north of Anchorage. Yes. All right, so back to the comments. Mike says, I know that my 5.3-liter Ecotec V8 idled rough after 30,000 miles. My Tundra that's port injection idles smooth at 95,000 miles. That's my problem with direct injection. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how it works out as far as direct injection. There's carbon buildup in the valves? Oh, the cylinders. One or two. Frank says, I'm about function and uniqueness. That is a heavy duty. That's a Chevy heavy duty. Function and uniqueness. Not really a truck man, but Ford Raptor at 7.3 would be something. I think it'd be slow. I think that supercharged of the Mustang would be phenomenal. Do you think the 10-speed Allison will make it in a Chevy 4500 and up trucks and a higher GCV gross combined weight rating? Hey, bud. That's a really good question, bud. The answer is yes. Yes. Once they figure out the production and once they get enough in the assembly pipeline to put them out, yes, you'll see that all over the place. Because there's one thing that Chevy and Ford and other people have done is they're starting to rely on one or two transmissions. The number of transmissions are starting to dwindle, and like Ford offers a 10-speed, and the Bronco or the Bronco, the Ranger, the F1, I break Bronco in my mind, the F-150, the Ranger, the Expedition, and the Lincoln Navigator products now too. And I think you'll find that with Chevy too. I think it's like if it works for one application, why not do it all of them? I think you're going to see that. I think you will. A Black Prep says Ford's doing really well. The Ford Raptor and Ford F-150, plus Ford Mustang, and Ford Bronco. Yeah, I think they're doing great. And there was an article written by in Auto News today with Bob Lutz talking about Ford. And Bob Lutz, Mr. I fixed every automaker on the planet, was talking about their design. And I think their design is top-notch with Ford. They're doing a lot of things well. They really are. More about... I fly it. So Juan says I fly into Anchorage. I'm from Puerto Rico, so it takes me about 10 hours, 3 connections to get there and pick up the rental RV. Wow, that is a culture shock, Juan. Coming from Puerto Rico to Anchorage, man. Make sure you tag me on Instagram, whatever. I see these pictures you can put up. Chevy earned number 3 with their stagnation. Bless you, bud. Yeah, thank you. There's a lot of discussion about the interiors right now, and I can't wait. I can't wait for these videos tomorrow, when I get them done, because I'm slow, to get you guys' feedback on these interiors, because it's a very interesting debate. Jeff, like my friend Jeff and I had a long debate in the truck about the interiors, and I don't know where I'm at with this. I don't. It's a very interesting debate. You're going to have time of your life, says A Black Prep. And there was a GMC Denali event in Denali, Alaska, and... I want to go to Alaska. That's the thing. Hey, if you watch this from Chevy, Ford, whatever, I'm going to go to Alaska. I'm working on it. I figured it out. Are you trying to say engineers are biased? Yes, they are. But they're biased, but they like talking about other automakers too, because they, as much as engineers focus on their product, they are reading our stories. They're reading my stories like crazy. They're reading everybody else's stories like crazy. And they really want to know what other competitors are doing. And one of the things I wish sometimes I lived in Michigan still, because the number of times I could be in a bar and hear things would be exceptional. Engineers love to talk. They want to gossip. They want to talk about this stuff. And it's interesting. You have to take it with a grain of salt, and you have to sit back and think about what they're saying. But they bring us some really interesting points that don't make it in the press release, that don't make it elsewhere, that really give you thinking. And I will say this. Chevy brought up the thing about they were talking about the fact that in Ford's owner's manual for the EcoBoost engine and other turbocharged engines, as you get the altitude, you have to decrease the towing capacity as you get above 10,000 feet. And it was interesting to see them. They took the owner's manual and they highlighted it and they put it on the screen. And I chuckled because Tim Herrick sits next to me, and Tim Herrick's the chief engineer for Chevy trucks. And he sits next to me, and I had to chuckle, and I told him, I said, that was my story. I broke that news about 3 years ago on pickuptrucks.com. And I broke that story, and I wrote it up, and they published it. And I was the only guy that did that story. And a little birdie told me from another automaker about that story. And so... if you guys haven't seen it, maybe I can put a link to it. I can find it. Pickup trucks. Ford towing altitude. I will find it for you guys. And I'd done that story, and I chuckled when the Ford or Chevy put it up there. And they had told me that they love the fact that they love to keep saying that. Let's see. Is this the story? Let's see. That's the picture I took. And that'd be my story. Yep, here it is. I found it pretty quickly. So, yeah, as you get in altitude, Ford recommends you decrease the amount of towing that you're doing. 2015? My gosh! Stories I've done. Anyways, I had to chuckle because I had a phone call on a Friday afternoon from an automaker who... why is the whiskey gone? Which is a shirt, by the way, on teespring.com you can buy. Anyways, I had got the phone call, and I looked it up, and he sent me some PDFs of it, and I put it out there, and so it was a really interesting story, and they do. Literally in an older manual, they still say that. Last drink of night, all the whiskey. All right. Oh, goodness. I'm getting old, guys. A lot of time on my feet. Anyways, that was really interesting that they brought it up in the morning drivers meeting and presentation. They brought that up, and so that was funny. All right, so Mike says, sorry I'm not keeping up with you in the comments. Listening to you with AirPods on while mowing the yard and watching a 19-month-old. Wow. I was really impressed that people listen to this channel on basically a podcast. They do the same damn thing. They don't watch the video, they just listen to it. And so bravo to you. I did podcasts for a couple of years and didn't make any money. So I started doing YouTube, and it was really interesting to me. So yeah, keep listening. I will try to keep it entertaining. Okay, so Rockrunner 387 says, I read with direct injection the fuel bypasses the valves so they don't get cleaned as with regular injection. 80,000 miles and you'll need a valve job. Is that correct? I don't know, Rockrunner. I'll tell you honestly, I don't know. Somebody else can go ahead and chime in here. This is a new thing for me. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. You guys have brought it up to me, and the videos I've been the comments I've been reading have made it a huge issue, and so I do need to do a deeper dive into this because this is quite concerning, and so I need to figure that out. It's on my list of things to do. I've been talking to the people about it. I'm going to start asking. I'm going to start asking these questions, and definitely getting more nerdy at engines than I have in the past because that's some BS. That's some absolute BS. So it's interesting, and I think it depends on the engine too. What is the recommended maintenance on the engine? And does the 5.7 liter V8 Toyota's V8 have direct injection? I don't think it does. And so it didn't until that port injection, whatever they called it, the port injection was on Tacoma, right? So the Tundra didn't get it. So again, multiple questions here. What engines have direct injection? Which ones don't? What is the truth about direct injection? And let's debate that out. Juan says, answering your question, no way in hell I will give up style over capability. It has to have both. That's a lot. Sean says, yo, Tim, you didn't let me eat. I'm sorry. You can put your plate in front of you and listen to this. Thoughts on the new Defender. Ooh. There was a conversation today on TFL. I was watching their live stream, and I had kind of missed some of the news. Again, working my ass off, busy outside, and there was a conversation about a new Defender, and I know the PR rep for Jaguar in the United States. Him and I have a great relationship. He doesn't invite me to anything because I don't have enough pull. I don't have enough subscribers and clicks and things like that. And that's fine. I've never been to a Land Rover event. The last Land Rover I had was a couple years ago, and the diesel engine basically gelled up while I was out in Omaha over not a very particularly cold January day, by the way, too. It's kind of weird. Anyways, I love Land Rover products. Reliability really concerns me. The Defender is a big issue. They're making a big deal about it. And I don't know why they're bringing it back. I don't think it's got a lot of play in the United States. It's not a big issue in the United States. It would make sense to me if they would build it more like a Bronco competitor that had more style and more pizzazz. Jaguar's made some pretty cool vehicles, and so why not make the design look even better, in my opinion. It looks really boxy in the spy photos I've seen. I feel like they really missed the mark. It should look like the new Jimmy that we never get. Yeah. It's a weird vehicle to bring back, and the way they're bringing it back, I don't know. I'm going to wait till we see the real photos. It's their big news. They've been doing spy photos. They've been doing all sorts of news about it. They're big news. Aaron T. says, I'd be very surprised the new Ford 7.3 isn't a direct injection engine with a port injector to prevent carbon buildup on the valves. Direct injection is a more efficient burn. I thought that, and the engineer talked about the fact that it's not a direct injection. He says it's not a direct injection engine. Interesting. Aaron says, I'll be sure to talk more quietly at bars from now on. Yeah. It's fun stuff. Like I said, engineers love talking about this. And what's happening with engineers is they will switch brands and they will tell you stuff. So like, engineer told me that the Ford underpinnings on the front suspension, Ram's underpinnings on the front suspension are basically Ford. They basically literally copied Ford's F-150, put it underneath the Ram 1500. Haven't verified that yet. Haven't done that. For trucks, it's Chevy country with Ford number, then Dodge. Yeah, number 2, then Dodge. Yeah, it's interesting how much Ford has in fleet vehicles. Juan says, I'm living in New York before I moved here. I missed the cold weather. Can't stand the heat. Plan to go to Alaska next year in July. Wow. I sweat too much. That is... Wow. I want to move south. I'm done shoveling snow, but I'm not moving that far south. In general, Subaru's own Alaska. Why is all the... I know! Why is all the whiskey gone? What is going on? I drink too much. Alright. Yeah, so... the shirt. Hold on. There's a store. There's a store. I built a store the other day. I will share a link on the live stream. If you guys can. There it is. There is a store I built on Teespring. You can. The store is not great how it's set up. They do a lot of pink colors of shirts and bullshit. I cussed. All right. Anyways, you can not really cussing. I said F-bomb. Yeah. You can click the different things. I ordered 2 shirts. Should be here by Friday, which I won't be here to get them. But I will wearing them. I have one Truck Life. Another one, but what else did I order? Established. I did an Established, which I did this cool kind of like treatment to the logo. You'll see it. It's cool. Anyways, I'm playing around with that kind of stuff because it's fun. I really enjoy this brand. I really enjoy what I'm building here, and I just have fun with it. You should see my truck memories on Instagram. You should. Are we following each other on Instagram? I get on there as much as I can. If you get drunk live, this would be a great one. I'm not saying I haven't been drunk before on this live stream. Not tonight. I'm going to order some new hats tomorrow, guys. By the way, new hats are coming. I ran out. I sold everything I had. Best thing for a GDI is once a year run a quarter tank of E85 through it. Really? So best thing for a gas direct injected, which is Botox says. I will say this interesting. It may piss off some farmers. I'm sorry. I've been running premium fuel in my lawnmowers, and Swede is now getting premium fuel. My 62 Chevy C10. And the gas lines are choking up on I replaced the gas line on my riding lawnmower because it kept hydro locking was basically what it felt like. And so I replaced the gas line, put premium in the fuel tank, drained the gas, put premium in instead. I've had no problems. Knock on wood. And because in Nebraska, premium fuel does not have ethanol in it. That's what I learned. So yeah. Your channel's legit. I hope it grows. Hey, thanks, Black Prep. It keeps growing. It's so exciting, and I just love doing this stuff. And I really appreciate you guys. And I really like the fact that we have fun. I mean, it's like I don't know, have a good time. And I'm sick of the journalists that don't have good times. I'm sick of the behind the scenes kind of bullshit, and I just want to have a good time and talk about trucks. That's the thing. Why would I love trucks? If I had my choice, I'd buy all of them. I'd buy all of them. I'd have a Ram outside, I'd have a Ford outside, I'd have a Chevy outside, I'd have a GMC outside, I'd have a Nissan outside, a Toyota outside. I'd have them all. I'd love one of these days. This channel gets big enough. I'd love to go buy all the different work trucks. Every single one. Work truck. I could buy 2-wheel drive work trucks. Not a big deal. Buy every single one and do a real work truck shootout. I'd have plumbers come over, electricians come over, talk about these trucks, and just do a full-on mile per gallon drive, whatever. Hope them 6 months, sell them off. I'd love to do that. But, I don't know. We'll see. Mikey has some of the most funniest shirts. Yeah, so the link is there. If you guys buy them, I do make some money off those. If you have ideas of shirts you want to do, put those down below too. Teespring is kind of limited in what I can do. I'm checking with the local guys here in town. They may do some better. I don't know. They may do better screen printing. Would be the word I'm trying to look at here. And why is the whiskey gone? Anyways, so yeah, buy some shirts. I'm buying. It all goes in fun. I'm not doing some $200 hoodie that I signed. No. I'm not trying to make $1 million here. I'm trying to make enough to support my family and have a good time. And if I have a chance, I'll buy some trucks. And yeah, and I'll have you guys vote on the trucks. If I go to buy a truck, maybe I'll do a poll. You guys tell me what brand you want to buy. We'll buy it. And we'll drive around. We'll do it. Anyways, help channel grow, bro. Yeah, share like 1,000 times. Tell your 900,000 buddies about the channel. Are the regular cabs bigger than the new GM trucks like the other cabs? Yeah, everything's bigger. Bud Guy 8829. I have not been a regular cab, but I will. I would imagine things are bigger. I would think, right? Everything's bigger and taller, which that's a BS thing. Can't reach in a damn bed. Boy, that's a good question. I've not been a regular cab. I can't say for sure. I would think the regular cab is bigger, but there's been no announcement on that. So that's the thing. I don't know for sure. I can't tell you a direct answer. I've been subscribed, watch ads like I like. I'll have chat. What do you want from me? I want everything, damn it! Give me it all! Really? So Robert, hold on. Time out. Robert had a comment. I had to read this kind of myself quietly. Robert Ricci. Robert says, a person like my two-wheel drive Toyota Tacoma truck is in a cab automatic for better fuel economy. Even living up here in Hudson Valley area of New York, have snow tires and 400 pounds. And I've heard this before, Robert. I've heard guys live in Canada with two-wheel drive pickups with snow tires and sand in the bed. I've heard that. It's interesting to me. I spent the winter with my 62 with snow tires and sand in the bed. And it's a different driving experience. It is different than four-wheel drive. It just is. You get a little more squirrely in two-wheel drive if you hit the gas the right way, as you should. And so it's a different driving experience than I've had in four-wheel drives. And you can make it work. You can make it work. Absolutely. But it's really interesting. And to have you up in Hudson Valley area of New York, you guys get snow up there. I know you do. And again, thank you for commenting. That's a very interesting take on that. I had a guy comment on YouTube on a comment on one of these videos, asked me the question. He's buying his first pickup. He wants to know whether he should go two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. It's a very interesting comment. So yeah. 7.3, port injection only for Ford. Let's see. Hold on. I'm coming back. Lots of comments. Got the good word, friends. Johnny 5 knows it. I have Johnny 5's card over here. There is the link to Teespring. So far, at least in the automotive industry, Hyundai Kia seems the only brand that has gotten direct injection good. Mind blown. Have you seen the, yes, I know it's JD Power. I'm sorry it's JD Power. But Hyundai and Kia have been killing it in JD Power lately. Kia was a joke to me growing up. Absolute joke. And to have them be high in JD Power, mind blown. Juan's got family there. I can see where he moved there. Alright, so Juke says, I take an engine that has less mile per gallon but lasts way longer, if that's what no direct injection means. Of course, what direct injection actually means. Yeah, I am curious about this too, and I hope you guys found that Chevy video I did very informative. It's really basic engine questions, and I have a plan to ask some questions about direct injection. What does it really mean? What are the pros and cons? I think it'd be a really interesting video because I think it'd really give some feedback. Hats are fucking epic. I wear mine every day. I wear mine a lot. I wear mine golfing. Whether I look ratty or not, I don't care. I wear it a lot. So my pickup truck SUV hat is my favorite hat. I wear it all the time. I know it's the thing is it's awesome, right? It breathes a little bit. You can adjust them how you want to. It looks good with everything. I wear it all the time. I was sitting next to a rep from Chevy at the dinner on whatever night it was in Oregon, and he's like, "Do you wear a hat every day?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's a bit metrosexual, if that's still a term these days. Anyways, he's a California guy. He doesn't wear a hat. Damn, he doesn't wear a hat anytime. I've never seen him with a hat. And I'm like, yeah, I wear a hat all the time because I'm always in the sun. I'm gonna get sunburnt like I did today. And I love hats. I have like 40 hats. I wear these all the time. I'm gonna go order some more because hats are freaking awesome. All right, that's 5 horsepower mic, and Toyota would be the one that you've had the longest. Why a work truck and not a high country or Trailblazer AT4? Because I think work trucks. All right, wait, Juan, wait. Time out. Wait. Let me settle down a little bit and tell you specifically why I think work trucks are where it's at. I drive a lot of high country and top trim levels. Okay, I do. And I think work trucks are still the bottom of the marketplace. I think it's great to see the differences because really what you get from a high country versus work truck is just more add-ons, right? And so I think if you can start with work truck, it's easier for people to say, oh, if I go high country, I get better interior, I get more powered seats, I get more power windows. I think that makes sense to people. But if you start at high country and you go, oh, work truck, you just delete all this stuff, I think it's hard to delete that stuff to get down to work truck level. Does that make sense? I think if I start work truck, it's easy to build a way up. And work trucks are usually a regular cab, usually are or rear seat delete, whatever we say what it is. It's the base level. It's what you guys are driving. That's the thing. I drive a lot of the high trim levels, but I want to drive what you guys are driving. What are you guys buying? That's what I want to drive. And you guys are driving and buying base level pickups or mid trim level pickups. It's easier for me from a work truck standpoint to get to that point than it is for me to get from a work truck or from a high country down. Johnny 5, let's celebrate 1 more hour, please. Wait. I'm already over an hour. Sorry. don't shine my shirt. You don't want me to sign my shirt. My wife can't read my handwriting, so yeah. You want to make a? You really don't want to make $1 million? No, I guess I don't know. I bet you would that if someone offered you $1 million, you'd take it. I know I would. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, $200 like TFL, and yeah, I have some qualms about that. If next time I see Roman and I'm gonna have to make some conversations about a $200 hoodie. He's just trying to make money. No, I want to live my life, and I want to do this full time, and you guys are paying the way for doing that. I can't tell you that the money that I'm pulling in, but you guys are making it happen. And if I can double where I'm at right now, I would do this full time. It's going. It's doubling easily. You guys are making it happen, so bravo to you. Yeah. But yeah, I'd go buy some work trucks. I'd go buy some trucks. I'd have a whole fleet outside. Really, I would. Drinking on Monday was nice. I drink most nights. All right. GDI sprays fuel directly in the cylinder, and PFI sprays fuel intake ports. Bo talks. Bo's right. Yep. That is what I remember from the Toyota Drive where I talked about that. I didn't talk very much about that. I talked very much about different things, but like I said, from this channel, you guys have really honed my difference as far as my interests, different areas. So, all right, wait. I got some comments left. I'm going to talk to these comments. I got to sign off. I'm getting tired. We'll be on next week or two like that, whatever it is, too. All right. Getting focused here. Whiskey setting in. I'm going to sign this off in a few minutes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for being 27 people still watching. My God, that's a lot. Thank you guys. Let's do these last questions on my screen. I'm going to sign off. I'll go to Michigan, play golf with my brothers, drive some badass stuff, do some videos. You know I'm going to do them. And have a good time. At least in southeast Michigan, Chevy's hit isn't Silverado Equinox. Yeah. See around 20 a day. Oddly enough, the only Sierras I see are fully loaded Denali's. GMC sells the crap out of those Denali's. They do. The numbers are astronomical. When you go to buy a GMC, you go to buy the Denali trim level. That's what you do. Buy the new Rivian pick truck. I'm not sure if it's spelled right. You can be our test meal. Oh, Rivian and I. We're starting to have some checkered history. The PR rep and I are constantly going back and forth on Facebook. It's not really a good... No comment. The big disadvantage of direct injection is carbon buildup on the backside of the intake valves. This can throw a computer code and could result with engine miss or ignition failure. I've heard that, Bo, and like I said, I want to talk to Ram about it, see the viewpoint, get some different viewpoints on that, because it seems like that's the case, Bo, but there's different varying viewpoints on that. I want to get all the different varying viewpoints. Juan says so many to Tacoma every day, like 5 in a day, 6 so far. I love the Ranger, only seen 1 so far. Or 2. Huh. Ranger's not a bad pickup. I have to go. Good night, Keenan. Have you had a Toyota T100 or first generation Tundra? Huh. I haven't. I know a couple friends who actually own them as automotive journalists, and they freaking love them. Tacomas are pretty popular here. Oil the gun smooth. Oil the gun smooth. I love the name. I need to take my guns to you. It's simple. What are your needs? Where do you live? There are deciding factors for each buyer. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Yes, actually, yeah. It's it seems like to me in the deep south you'd need two-wheel drive. Anything above the, I'm gonna say it, Mason-Dixon line, you probably need four-wheel drive. In the wintertime, it's so much better to hit the button than it is to throw snow tires on and hit the sand in the back. It is. Oil the gun smooth. That's a great name. 40 hats. Oh, 40 is probably being liberal. I got a ton of hats. The fleet models typically have heavy-duty suspension, heavy-duty air cooler, heavy-duty transmission coolers. Really? But you drive the high trim levels like a work truck, so it balances out. I do. So tomorrow, the gas engine version of the 2500 heavy-duty going live is a custom work truck. Yes, I grabbed that one. It's white. It's spectacular. You guys will love that video. And then in the diesel version, I drive the High Country because I wanted both of them. I wanted the full spectrum. And so I did High Country diesel, and I did work truck and the gas because it's a work truck. Heavy duty, 2500 work truck. What you guys are buying. But total high trim levels have decreased towing capacity. Yeah. Good luck. Thanks, Black Prep. Thanks for being on the live stream, by the way, too. I like the Ram Longhorns tan interior like the truck. That's a good like truck. Let it go. Hey, and I'll see you down the road. Take care, everyone. Quit stealing my tagline or my ending line. All right, I'm gonna end this live stream. Good night. PickupTruckTalk.com. PickupTruckTalk on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Sorry, my screen's coming up, and I have to stop myself. So. All right, later. Good night, guys. We'll see you down the road.